Today, we are going to make the best cauliflower tacos. These roasted cauliflower tacos are ready to eat in just about 30 minutes, and while the seasoned cauliflower is cooking away, you can stir together an easy coleslaw that makes these vegetarian tacos taste like they came from a restaurant. To get started, preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. You'll need 1 pound of cauliflower florets and cut them into bite-sized pieces so that they will cook evenly. Add those to a large bowl and drizzle them with a tablespoon of olive oil. Toss well so that it all gets evenly coated. In a small bowl, combine 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, a ½ teaspoon of smoked paprika, and 3/4 teaspoon of fine sea salt. Mix that together to make your homemade taco seasoning, then sprinkle it over the cauliflower. Toss well so that it all gets really well seasoned. For slightly crispier results, you can sprinkle the seasoned cauliflower with 1 tablespoon of arrowroot or cornstarch and toss that well until the white powder disappears. If you don't want to use the starch, you can also skip it because the cauliflower will turn out perfectly flavorful either way. Spread the cauliflower out on a large baking sheet, leaving plenty of space between each piece so that they won't steam each other as they cook. Roast the cauliflower at 400 degrees Fahrenheit until it's tender, about 20 to 25 minutes. While that's cooking, we are going to stir together a quick, creamy coleslaw to go along with it. In a large bowl, combine 2 tablespoons of raw tahini, which I love because it has a very mild flavor, but you could also use almond butter as an easy swap. 1 tablespoon of fresh lime juice, 1 clove of garlic, and I'm mincing this with a microplane, but you could also just use a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder instead, a ½ teaspoon of salt, a ½ teaspoon of maple syrup, and 1 tablespoon of water. Whisk that all together until it's smooth and creamy, and add another tablespoon of water if you need to thin it out a little more. Now that the dressing is ready, you'll need to finely shred about 12 ounces of cabbage, which is roughly 3 cups or 1/4 head of cabbage. I'm using this pretty red cabbage today, but you can use green if that's what you have on hand, or you can buy this pre-shredded at the store. Add the cabbage to the bowl of dressing, and then you'll also need 1/4 cup or a large handful of freshly chopped cilantro. Stir that all together and set it aside to marinate while the cauliflower finishes cooking. To prepare the tacos, you can use any tortilla you love, but if you want to keep these gluten-free, I'd recommend using corn tortillas or a grain-free option like one made with cassava or almond flour. You can heat these individually in a dry skillet over medium-high heat for about 15 to 30 seconds on each side. Or sometimes I'll warm up several tortillas at once by placing them on a baking sheet and setting them in the oven for the last 2 to 3 minutes of the cooking time for the cauliflower. This way they will all be ready to serve at once. To make the taco, I like to start by adding some of the coleslaw inside, followed by several pieces of the roasted cauliflower. The flavor and texture is perfect just like this, but you can also add any other toppings you love, like sliced avocado or chopped green onions. You can store any leftover cauliflower and coleslaw in separate containers in the fridge for up to 3 days, and then the cauliflower can be reheated in the oven again at 350 degrees for about 10 minutes or until it's heated through. I hope you'll love these cauliflower tacos as much as I do, and be sure to check out my other videos here for more fast and easy real food recipes.